Hello. Hello, beautiful goddesses. I'm basically like on the wrong channel because apparently I closed a window. I set up live, and you guys, it's really tricky then to get back. It wouldn't let me get back, so I had to do like a different live stream. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hold on, let me just see if I can. I'm going to pull up another YouTube tab. I gotta tell the folks because there was somebody waiting. Oh, yeah. Seriously, if you've ever tried to go live, like I always say, this is why they don't do this like on NBC or anything anymore, because it's like really crazy trying to go live. So let me just give me a moment, get some tea. I have some tea myself. I made some fennel ginger tea. Here's my lipstick, it's on that side. And it's really, really good. So hang on with me, say something in the chat, let me know if anyone is here. Sometimes you can do live streams and 1, 2, I don't care, I'll be happy. But like I said, let me just go over to my page and see if I can cancel the other one. Like I said, you guys, it's so weird. I set it up and then it's, okay, it looks like it's showing. It's showing the one. Perfect. Hi, 2 folks are watching. Thank you so much for your patience. Let me know in the chat if you do YouTube and if you've ever done live. I would like to know that. If you've ever been live with me before, you guys, you know I really do love doing it. A lot of times, you know, you get really nervous. I was so nervous. I was like getting ready and trying to like straighten out my bookshelf, which is not straightened out, so I failed. But it's better than it was because this is my bookshelf like closest to my office, so I shove things in there, and so it's a little messy. Hopefully you can't see that too well now that I made it out. So namaste. Let me know that you can hear me in the chat, okay? Just let me know that. Yeah, can you just type something? Can you guys hear me? Can you see me? So the topic that I had put, you guys, hey, I usually don't wear my glasses. I don't like wearing them. Vanity. But I want to read your comments. So get some tea and we'll hang out for maybe 20 minutes, half hour, however much time you have. I'm just very grateful that you're here. So the choice, you guys, with this that makes it weird is I either have to look at the green dot, which is weird to just stare at a green dot, or I look like I see myself talking to you. So if it looks like I'm looking slightly down, it's because it's actually easier to just look like I'm talking to myself in the mirror, okay, which is bizarre. All right, and the light is changing. So welcome, welcome. What do you want to share about? Oh, and thanks for the thumbs up because I didn't do that. Somebody did that. That's cool. So it's sunset here, you guys, and you can see like that's not good. So I may need to twiddle with my light real close to the camera there. Let's see. Okay, then we don't want to end up, it might be a little bit dark. Let's see. The intuitive reading that I did for November. You could ask questions about that. Okay, so let me just see. Okay, but on the right side of a video that's live, you can see chat. So namaste, hope you're staying blessed. I'm gonna actually start with a little singing bowl. And I don't know, do you guys have a singing bowl? If you haven't yet. And it had the crystal singing bowl in the background from another channel. So it was a collaboration and they just do beautiful music, crystal singing bowls. And so I added my voice over it. So some of you have seen this bowl before. Let's see, I guess the price tag was there and then some designs. It is Tibetan. Probably says, probably has a Tibetan mantra, Om Mani Padme Hum. So I'm just going to do that to begin. So take a deep breath with me. Getting rid of some cat hair, people. There's hair like everywhere. So you hear the scraping, but Lar. So just breathe. So, my channel is a meditative channel, okay? We're not going to be like gaming or screaming or having car crashes or anything like that. It's not going to be a lot of excitement. It'll just be a chat and connecting. So I'm so glad you're here. Yeah. Hi, Lar Stew. I'm so glad I finally caught one of your live videos. Well, great. Do you have a question? So this is a Q&A. You can ask, I'd be open to answering stuff about my channel. If you have questions about me, I will probably answer them. And so if you don't know me, I go by Yogini Kala on YouTube. My nickname is Kala, short for Kalavati. It's an Indian name. And my name is Vivine Williams, but people always mess up my name, you guys, when I say Vivine. They're like, oh, Vivian. It's in that way. So sometimes I let it go, and then I'm forever being called the wrong name, which is not pleasant. So if you have any questions about chakra, if you've watched my videos about the chakras and you have a question about like a practice question, or the current November forecast that I did. So any of those are fine. Yeah, you can see the light, you guys, it's screen. It looks like I'm holding this like flattened white thing that's like electric looking. Here, see if I can, you can see it starts to look what it really looks like. But isn't that cool? It's sort of like, oh, there it looks more, it's a glowing cup. So the chakras are super, super important. And again, that's why people don't do live. The minute I get on, like I get this like stuffy throat, which I didn't have before. So the chakras are super important. Mostly I focus on the root chakra, the sacral chakra, and Manipura, the third chakra, because I feel like for a lot of women, especially, those chakras tend to be either weaker or blocked. So I don't want to just sort of start talking. I'd love for you guys to ask me questions. Hi. I just saw there were 4. Hi, Jasmine. Lar, it's funny you asked that because I am going to make a video about that, how to start with your chakras and what I mean by that. Anything. So it makes me think of like, if you were studying like, you wanted to learn how to play tennis, would you think that the teacher would just literally hand you a racket and say, come, we're going out? And then really like didn't say anything to you about the rules of tennis or like, oh, don't cross this line. I want to do a video and the title will be something like how to prepare to start a chakra practice. So on my channel. So I really appreciate seeing you. Jasmine, I don't know if I remember you from comments. Comment more so I'll remember who you are. So Lar, what exactly do you mean by how do I start with my chakras? And are you already practicing with your chakras? Things like that would really help me. Oh, okay. Hey, Jasmine. Yeah, welcome to my channel. Namaste. Yeah, so the topic today, it's a Q&A. You can ask about my channel, about me, my background, my spiritual journey, my training, anything like that, and or any questions about the chakras. But you guys, be as specific as possible. Laura had a great question. It's how do I start with my chakras? And it's such a big question. So I'm kind of like hoping that that will be narrowed down a little bit. But since they may be distracted and doing something else, multitasking, I'm not getting an answer back. But how to start with your chakras? I would start with, I have a video that leads you through all the chakras. So I wouldn't focus on one chakra. Oh, okay, here comes a question. Okay, so I'm going to read the question, you guys. So Lar says, I'm starting to practice. It's like every time I start, I can't get past my first one. Okay, see, now that's a good question. And it's specific. Thank you. It's all of them. So I have a video, you guys, unblock all 7 chakras. And so you work with each chakra for like 2 or 3 minutes, right? You do the chanting for the first, then you go to the second, and you're moving your awareness through each of the chakras. So, yeah, you don't want to just, the root chakra is really important. That I would feel like it's not going to, cause if the first chakra is like the one you could just practice with. So, what I recommend overall, again, because it's so general, and welcome anybody just coming in, Asra, the top chakra. Okay, so practice with each one in a meditation session. So, like I said, I have a video. So, you don't want to have to think as you're doing it. Okay, you don't want to have to be like, okay, wait, what do I do next? Okay, I'm going to open this book. You can do that, but obviously it's easier if you're just guided. And so that video, unblock all 7 chakras. What you can do is just start with me, skip my intro, especially if you're using it again. Skip the intro, Lar, and just go like a couple minutes in, and then just start. And we do lum, 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 lum. And I lead you to like focus on the area of the chakra. And then I want to say that video, you guys, does anybody in the chat, have you used it? I want to say it's about 15 minutes, which is not super long, you know. And I do want to say something about the sleep chakra meditation things as well. Okay, so hi, Angela. I saw those. I took notes. Okay. Okay, I'm going to look it up. Thank you. Yeah. And Lar and anyone, like I said, this is a Q&A, so throw some questions at me. I may be like, I can't answer that, or I'm not going to answer that, whatever, but ask, go ahead and ask. So Lar, yeah, unblock all 7 chakras. I recommend that for everyone who wants to start working with the chakras. And I'll say more in general about that as folks hop on. Hey goddesses, and some male supporters that are in the audience. Let's see. So we got Jasmine, we've got Angela, Lar, and who else? Oh, Angela, I saw the videos going through. Yeah, they're very beneficial. Thank you, Angela. Can you tell me actually, what have you noticed when you do it, Angela? What do you feel? What do you notice? And do you notice yet any benefits in your actual life? And while I'm waiting for more questions to come in, I'll share a little bit about that. I am going to make a video. Please, please, please look out for it. That'll be about how to prepare for working with the chakras, because I feel like people are just jumping in. This is what I see. I see 2 types of videos on YouTube. One that just leads you like, okay, start practicing. And the other maybe explains the chakras a little bit. But what I'm saying is missing is a video that is like, how do you sit? How long should you practice? And my thing as a yoga teacher, I'm a Kripalu certified yoga teacher. I have been for, I think I got certified in 1994. Okay, that's very old school. Okay, I'm still pretty flexible, but I was doing like Ashtanga yoga. For those who know, let me know in the comments if you know about Ashtanga yoga. It's like power yoga. It's like super hard. Okay, it was what Madonna was doing back in the day. I don't know what Madonna's doing now, but back in the day, she was doing Ashtanga, which is like hardcore. It's just crazy gymnastic-y type stuff. So I'm going to make a video about the chakras where I talk to you about how to prepare, because there can be dangers. So I'm going to stop there and jump back to it. Thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. I'll go back to that a little bit later in the stream, and remind me if I wander off, but I want to answer questions. But I would like you to be able to work with the chakras safely. And because I'm not, you guys, you're consuming, this is my free content that I put out there. You're not getting my specific guidance. I just want to be sure that it's presented in a way that you can work with this material on your own, okay, in a safe way. So there are some things that I think are important. So let me see. Oh, you feel more grounded? Yes. That's awesome. Okay, you feel more grounded. I'm also aware of my feelings of fear and how to overcome them. Okay. So Angela, and this again helps everyone. It sounds like what Angela's doing, it's creating a more balance in her life. It sounds like the root chakra especially is getting more balanced. And you guys, if you look at our current society, I'm speaking from being in the US, our current society, a lot of people are ruled by fear. They're very, very fearful. Of course, a certain amount of fear is healthy. Absolutely right. You're not going to live if you're like stupid and don't like, there's a car coming. Oh shit, there's a train. I'm not going to go in front of that. So you need fear. I'm talking about there's a lot of irrational fears playing out right now in the US and around the world in a lot of places. And there's some very real fears. So the chakra work for Lar and Angela and everyone watching this later, it can really help make you feel very centered because this is your own energy. It's basically, that's why this is so beautiful, you guys. You're working beyond the level, it's deeper than even the psychological level, in my opinion. And I that's not to say I don't recommend therapy. For a lot of folks who write me, someone just recently shared they had got a diagnosis of PTSD, you guys. And I said the first thing you need to get therapeutic help because I think everybody needs therapy. I really do. Let me look at a few comments. Let's see. I would like to ask about our seventh chakra. Yep. Hi, Jasmine. I've been told I'm gifted and come from my seventh chakra. I am connected to the divine. It actually explains a lot of situations in my life. How can I meditate to use it? You're coming from your seventh chakra. Can you tell me more what you mean by that? Are you having sort of particular symptoms, or are you like clairvoyant? Are you very intuitive? What makes you say you're coming from your seventh chakra? Just tell me like a little short if you can, okay? Because what I'm feeling like is it's easy to get imbalanced. And if your seventh chakra is too open, that chakra really connects you up to spirit. Um, and it's sort of like, so you don't want it to be too open. Okay, so that's why I asked. Let me just look in the comments again, you guys. Okay, so seventh chakra. Yes, trauma, absolutely, Angela, can block the chakras. Okay, and Lar says, I was watching a video of someone on chakras and they were saying on how you deal with emotions as each chakra is being aligned. Is that true? You deal with emotions. Oh, absolutely. It's basically like a cleansing. That's why I'm so hyped about this work. You guys, this used several reasons it used to be secret. It used to be secret because it's very powerful. And a lot of people, if they or for their own kind of gain in a way that would be negative. Okay, give me a thumbs up or something in the comments if you get what I'm saying. This stuff used to be secret. It wasn't just like, now it's amazing. But what I believe with that is that spirit wants this information to come out and to help more people. They were sort of off to themselves practicing, and they discover, and they wouldn't necessarily share all of it again because this can bring you, it is said, and then maybe I'll share a little bit of my experience, but it can bring you powers or cities, which are basically almost like paranormal, what in the West we would call paranormal powers. In many spiritual traditions, you guys, it's sort of what we would almost say just psychic powers. A lot of the Eastern spiritual tradition is like, yes, that's actually a normal parts of the mind, but so our society is not built for some of the spiritual development. And like I said, it was kept secret, and only people who showed particular promise and that they were morally not going to try to do some bad juju to people, they would be trained. Okay. So feelings of fear can absolutely come up. That's normal. But of course, when something comes up, you're aware of it. And so you're healing. So you're healing it, you're processing it. Okay. And again, always also therapy if anything becomes overwhelming. And I do want to say that anytime you're doing any of this spiritual work, you have emotional or mental issues, I would say then just be careful. So I'm going to go back to, how do I say this? Because I don't want to offend anybody. If the one bad story that I heard in real life did overdo some of these spiritual practices, and literally he said it unbalanced him, scared of the chakras. But if you know that you are bipolar, okay, just for example, or you have don't necessarily start doing these practices because they're literally almost adding more power to your mind. And so if you're imbalanced, already, then I would say not to do chakra meditation, okay? Because I really don't want anyone to cause themselves any harm. So let me just see. Someone on chakras are saying, yeah, how you deal, saying, and they were saying on how you deal with emotions as each chakra is being aligned. That's actually not totally clear though. They were saying on how you deal with. Are you saying that emotions come up as you work with each chakra, and it does help with the healing? Yes. If you have any sort of real psychiatric issues, I'm saying then it could imbalance you. I'm trying to think of a great analogy, you guys. Like, what's a good analogy? It's almost like oh, like say you have a problem with your legs. You have some sort of developmental thing, or like musculoskeletal problem with your legs. You might end up hurting yourself because your legs already, there was something going on. Does that make sense? I think that's a good analogy. Well, say someone with their legs were normal strength, the bones were the way they should be, the feet where everything was the way it should be, and I like do these exercises. They're like, oh, great, I love it, Kala. My legs are getting stronger. I'm getting more muscles, and I'm like, yes, okay. So you couldn't then say, well, those exercises are bad and they're evil because they didn't work for me. They messed up my legs. If your legs, especially, were not ready for that, then yes, then so that's the analogy with the chakras. So I hope that's helpful. Gonna read more questions. How to deal with fear doing meditation. Wow, hi Crop Locks. Are you new to my channel? If you are, give a thumbs up and do subscribe. So Crop Locks, how to deal with fear doing meditation. That's a really good question. So fear can come up during meditation, but do you know what that means? Anybody in the comments, what does that mean when fear comes up in meditation? I'm going to give like 30 seconds if somebody wants to share. What does it mean when fear comes up in meditation? Okay, because I have a great question. Thank you. That's a great question. How to deal with fear during meditation. Type in if you have a comment on why one would feel fear during meditation, because I have a really basic answer first and then I'll dive into it. Okay. And then I have to jump back to Jasmine's question. So crop locks, fear during meditation is literally showing you fear that was there. So that's what I'm saying is my basic answer. Because some people who, from certain backgrounds, they jump on meditation. This isn't most people anymore, but some people like, oh, meditation is bad because look, you started getting fear. What meditate in meditation? It's the same thing. I've given this analogy before. I love this analogy though. You know how goddesses and some guys who are out there, you know how when you start cleaning, you clean your desk, right? And you're like, damn, my desk looks real good. And then you look up and you're like, oh, damn, I need to clean my shelves. Your shelves look the same as they did yesterday. But because you cleaned your desk is beautiful. There's no dust. The papers are organized. You then look at your shelves and you're like, and you see the disorder. You know that's true. You know how you start cleaning and you can't stop cleaning, right? Say yes in the comments. So the same thing with meditation. So this is important. I just want to normalize it for you. It is very normal for fear to come up in meditation. What you want to do, there are actually several approaches. And I'm not just selling my services here, but if I were coaching you personally, I'd be able to give you a targeted answer. But there are a couple of things that I would say. There's a type of meditation, mindfulness meditation. If you notice you're fearful, crop locks, and you're meditating, fear, and fear, and believe what that's going to do. You're not trying to chase the fear away, but by bringing attention to it and labeling it, you actually sort of step back from it. Does that make sense? Crop locks, let me know if that makes sense. That's one approach, is mindfulness meditation, where you're mindful of everything that's coming up. So you use what's called labeling. So you'd say fear, 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 and you just see it and you just observe. And eventually you'll become aware of what you're fearful of. And that is where the power of meditation starts to really happen, you guys. That is where it's like, oh my God, I didn't realize that I was afraid of this particular thing. And it relates to my childhood when I fell down the stairs. I'm just giving a random example. I'm intuitive though, so somebody probably is gonna watch this who's fallen down the stairs. Say you fell down the stairs as a child, and something happened, and maybe you had to go to the hospital, and then you sort of have certain like maybe irrational fears. I'm not saying this is specific for crop blocks, what she was asking. I don't know her specific fear, but say later in life you start to develop these little fears, and it may literally be about the time that you fell down the stairs and your parents reprimanded you. They were really angry because they were like, we told you not to go to the basement. Why did you go to the basement? You fell down, you broke your leg. So you see what I'm saying? So fear, don't that's really, really good if you fear when you're meditating, because if you can stay calm enough, you'll see what the fear is about. So I hope that was helpful. Oh, yeah. Okay, Angela. Yep. Therapy is good. The heart chakra, everybody's heart chakra is messed up. Trauma can block the chakras. Absolutely. So let's go back to the question about the seventh chakra. And I think that was Jasmine. I'm really intuitive. And I think, yeah, imbalanced. Yeah. Meaning, I think you're saying like unbalanced rather than your life has been imbalanced. Your question was about the seventh chakra. I would say, in fact, make sure you stay grounded. So I would this goes back to what Angela was saying, and I was commenting about her root chakra. Go back to doing things that ground you in your body, because if your seventh chakra is too open, you're literally, again, if you're balanced or imbalanced, a balanced person, it would come in as spiritual knowing, it would come in as intuition, as a sense of purpose in your life, like I'm here to help children who've been abused, and you feel like, like God is telling you this is what you're here to do. You feel very strong purpose, very, very calm about it, and very inspired. Excessive, like open crown chakra can lead though to like mental imbalance if it's not integrated well. Like maybe having visions that imbalance you, for example. Does that make sense? So like depressive or somebody who's got like schizophrenia, obviously they're all people, but they're different. They're having different experiences. Okay. So as I said, I would not work with the chakras if you have mental health issues that are serious. I wouldn't, because, and especially I wouldn't work with them for large periods of time every day. For example, the story I started to tell you guys of the man whose son ate 6 to 7 hours a day. Okay, let me let that sink in. Hi, there are 8 people live with me. Thank you. Namaste. There, like I said, some people in certain groups just they stay. So I'm not warning you to be any one of their, like I said, some people in certain groups just they put out a lot of fear, and they are fearful of things like the chakra or like in anything that's out. 6 to 7. Is it the food that's the problem? Seriously, I'm not being sarcastic, but would you say, well, the food's the problem, blame food, or would you say, well, why would you eat 20 ways? I'm getting a lot of comments. I would say work on things that balance. I have a video, 20 ways to balance the root chakra. Also grounding, and I think people, what's she talking about? Meditate, standing up. There could be great information on YouTube, but you may not, and you've heard say, must be a bad video. Where the person is, my seventh chakra is very open, and I think so that my life is a little imbalanced. I'm, and you really, okay. So is what I would recommend, because of all trauma and damage I've through. I'm blocking my gift, and I work with women who are afraid to put out their gift. And it's a week, and it's very so. Let's say you were like that, like false. If you can, let's say you were abused as a child or like that, like if you put together to express your gifts, you're strong. You. all the give a quick example. I don't know her trauma, but say you were abused as a child. If you put together to express your gifts, okay, crop logs. Thank you so much. I've been hard on myself for being fearful because there's no reason for me to be scared. So crop logs, yeah, don't judge yourself. There's some reason that you're feeling scared. Um, I mean, do you have any idea why you're feeling so fearful? And do you feel fear outside of meditation? Are you aware of any fears outside of meditation? I'd be really curious, and I'll try to watch for your answer, crop logs. Yeah, try the labeling meditation. I don't have one specifically on my channel, and the reason I don't yet is it's actually a kind of an advanced method, crop logs. It's because what this meditation where you label is, again, it's mindfulness meditation, but it's the open awareness mindfulness. So as you're meditating, say I start to, when I meditate, you guys, especially in the beginning, I did a lot of like planning. I would future plan. I'm like, oh, so I'm sitting there meditating, right? My eyes are closed. I'm not, but I'm planning. That's not meditating. So the labeling, what a teacher would say then is, okay, label it planning, planning. And so it would bring, and the reason we do the breath is to come back to this moment. Everything else is kind of imaginary. Does that make sense? It's kind of deep, but it's true. That, and you just see it. Back to noticing. Hey, that's something, that is easier to teach one-on-one, certainly. And, I help women specifically with um, practices like that. But I probably should make a video teaching that technique because I have a video with mindfulness in nature. Check that out. It's beautiful. I actually think people thought I was saying you have to be in nature to do the meditation because somebody said that to me and I'm like, no, no, no. I recorded it. I was in nature. So you hear the trees and I sort of, connect you to nature and to feeling like you're outside, but it's still a mindfulness. So you might want to try that one. But yeah. Oh, great. Thank you. Thank you for subscribing. And those of you who are here, some folks have left that were here early on in the stream. As I had said, let me see. What time did I start? I think I started at 4:45, so I probably should be wrapping this up. I'm just going to look through. Yep, try the labeling meditation, and I will make one, so watch out for that. So before I sign off, you guys, and I'll look through one more patron on Patreon. It's patreon.com. Let me see if I can pull it up. And what I do, it's basically you're supporting the YouTube channel, you guys. It's a way where you can do like a $5 monthly donation. And in what I then, as you're my patron, hold on, here's the link, is I give little perks over there. So check it out. Go check it out. Read about it. I give perks like you can win a reading from me. I give, like the relaxation I did that was on YouTube, that was maybe 15 minutes. I did it a half hour for my patrons. So do go and check it out because it is a lot of work doing the YouTube. And so it's a lot of free content for you. So I would love if you wanted also to support my creativity. I will be doing some beautiful digital artwork that you can download. Like I'm going to make a fall goddess, my leaves in her hair and everything. It's going to be beautiful that you can use as coloring, like as a meditative coloring. Okay, but you have to be a patron. Yeah, so wonderful. I just want to thank everybody who was able to be here live. So Lar, thank you so much. Jasmine, Angela, appreciate you. Let's see, and Carlox, whose name I do not know. So much love to all of you. Really, really appreciate you. And and last thing, so my coaching, the 4-week coaching I mentioned, I'm called Letting It Go, you guys, to go in the flow. It's a 4-week coaching. We'll be live just like this, but not live to teaching you practices to help her to let go of any guilt or shame that's holding you back from prosperity, from relationships, Okay, so letting go. And the reason I titled it that is because we're in the fall season where I am and in a lot of the US. And the fall, just the way the leaves drop off from the trees, you guys, we're meant to let go. Okay. Our ancestors knew their ancestors, whether you're Japanese, Irish, African, whatever you are, our ancestors lived much closer to the earth and to the seasons. Things out, cleaning and freshening and the energy lifting for summer. Each season has an energy. We have to group. We'll meet by Zoom, just like this, so we'll be able to see each other. Maybe 4 or 5 of us. I wouldn't probably go over 10 at this point, at the most. So it'll be a small group of women who are letting go so that we can go into 2020 and accomplish our dreams. Okay. And this is really important to me because I think a lot of you out there using the content really well. You're doing the meditations, you're doing the not just like a little Facebook group where they're sharing quotes and stuff. Welcome back. I think someone dropped off and then they're trying to come back on. We had some beautiful questions here. I just want to let all of you know I would answer them more deeply because I could. I would know more about you. Okay, my questions I was asked, I would be, what do you do? How often does that happen? I would be able to ask you questions and support and add it in the flow of magic. And to end, I'm going to say the reason I named it that is because spirit wants us to be able to live in the flow. When you're in the flow, goddess, so what does that feel like? I have been in the flow. I'm not always, of course, but when your life is in the flow, things happen. Even there's a problem, but the solution will be smooth. At times like that, where just literally things just manifest. This is a question, or you need something, and somebody literally comes up to you, offers you, when my vibration. Love to see you in this group. Go check my page at intheflowmagic.com. On that home page, you guys, you'll see Goddess Group Coaching or Goddess Coaching. Click that link. We're starting very soon. You register in the next couple. So I on like Tuesday. So head on over to In the Flow of Magic. Check it out. I would love to have. So I the Tuesday. So head on over to in my group so that I can really support you. Now on a public channel, it's harder to make a video that fits you. Really support you. Now on a public channel, it's harder to make a video that fits everyone. That's like making a blouse that's supposed to fit every woman. You know, fit everyone. So if you want help, deeper support, and to start manifesting your dreams, then head on over to In the Flow of Magic, join the coaching. It is very reasonable and it's an investment, but it is very reasonable. I priced it that way so that it would be affordable. And so it's 4 weeks. We start the 10th, which is a Sunday. The timing is flexible on that day. We will vote and it will be at a time. I sometimes have clients from England, and so obviously their time is so different. So I try to make it work for the East Coast, the Midwest, the West Coast, and England, which is a little tricky. But if you sign up, we're live. Got hope that those who watch later, some of the questions on chakras, that they were helpful. And it's a beautiful sunset here, you guys. You can kind of see the light, how it's changed on that. You have a beautiful day. So stay blessed, stay blessed. Namaste. Much love. Bye-bye.